Yeah, hi, this is Dinesh Kumar and you are watching Oracle videos. In today's video, we are discussing about can I create a table with a default class? Yes, if you want to maintain a default value in a column, you can apply default class on that column. Again, if you want to maintain a default value into a column, then you can define the column along with default class. And parallelly, we will discuss about how to add or remove constraints. Table is there, columns are there, and the data is also there. Let us assume. So can I apply constraints right now? So generally, already we have seen how to create a table with constraints at the time of creation. So at the time of creation, if you did not define any constraints on the table, right now can I add constraints or can I remove constraints after constraints added? That's what. First, let us discuss about what is default. Default is a class to define on a column. What is the use of default? Suppose within a table, one column is there. Let us assume you are creating one table. So customer details table. All customers are from one city. Suppose Texas is a city. Okay, so every customer information should be inserted along with the city value Texas. The city value cannot be changed. In that case, without inserting city value for each record, automatically the column has to be populated with the city value, that specified city value. How should I populate the column with default value? By using default class. See, let me create a table here. Listen carefully. Create table customers. Here, customer number. Let us say it is a number of 2 or 3, whatever it is, comma, customer name. So this is varchar2 of 20 and customer city. This is also varchar2 of so and so value 10. Here the city value should be automatically populated with a default value. Specify the keyword default and the default space single quotes Texas. Then city value, city column is automatically populated with the value Texas, comma, and gender. So it's a char, either M or F I want to maintain, and mobile number. According to your business requirement, you can maintain the columns. That's all. So the table will be created successfully. Then, while inserting data, if you are not submitting any value for city, then by default the city value is becoming as Texas. Again, I'm repeating, if you are not inserting any value into city column, the default value, the default city value is considered as Texas. Whereas, if you are inserting a null value, then null value is inserted. If you are inserting a new value, different city value, then it will also accept a different city value. Remember. So let me write 3 records, inserting 3 records. Insert into, what is the table name? Customers. Values. Here, actually table is having 4 columns, but into city value I don't want to insert any value. So I want to insert the values into 3 columns. In such a case, if you are submitting less values than number of columns, we must maintain column names after the table while inserting data. Otherwise it will display not enough values, error message. Into CNO, into CNAME, and also into gender. Here I am entering values. Values CNO 1, say name Ajay, and gender male. Here I am inserting customer number, customer name and gender values. I am not inserting any value into city. By default, city value is considered as Texas. Let us see. Here, insert into customers values, in this case to Dinesh, male. Okay, here what is the city value? City value, I don't know city value, then null, and here use male. So now in this record city value is null. Why? Because you are inserting null value. If you did not submit any value, then by default value is Texas, remember. And if you insert a new value into city, so let me write an insert statement here. Insert into customers values. So let me insert a new value for Madhu, Chicago, and finally male. Here what is happening? If you submit any value, that value is populated into the column. If you submit null value, that is populated into the column, city column. If you did not submit city column value, then only the default value Texas is populated into the city column. Remember. Okay. So default keyword is useful, very much useful whenever they are designing the database applications. By default, the application has to take a default city value or any default value into a particular column. In such a case, internally they will create a table along with default class. Create a table with some column using default class. Yeah. Now, let me explain about how can I add or remove constraints after table creation. This is what we are, along with the table creation, how to define a constraint, how to change the constraint, how to modify the columns, or everything we have seen already. Now see, after table creation, so this is the point we are discussing. After table creation, how can I add a constraint? How can I remove a constraint? Listen carefully. Say here, let me create a table. See, I am creating a table student. Okay, so create table and then stud. Roll number, it's a number of 2. And student name, this is varchar 2 of 20. And course name is, it's a varchar 2 of 10. And so here I am creating the default course. I am creating a course column with default keyword. Default course name is Oracle. Let us see. The column is populated with Oracle. Come up. Here fee. So the default fee is, let me consider it as 14,000. Okay, fee, it's a number of 5. Here the default value is 14,000. Okay, and mobile number is, it's a number of 10. Number of 10. Yeah, the table was created. Here the table was created without any constraints. Now, till now there is no data within the table, only table structure was created. Now, can I enter data? Yes, you can enter data. Before entering data, I want to define constraints right now. At the time of creating the table, I am not defining any constraints on the table. Now, after table definition, can I add new constraints to the table? Yes, you can add. How can I? Listen carefully. Already we have discussed alter command. Again, we are coming back to alter command. What is the use of alter command? Alter command used to modify structure of the table. Alter command used to modify the structure of the table. So simply we can say to change structure of the table. To change structure of table. How can I change structure of a table? See, by using these points. By adding columns. By adding columns. First point and second point. By deleting columns or removing columns. And third one, by changing data type and sizes. By changing data type as well as size of the column. And also the fourth point, by renaming a column name. By renaming a column name, you can change the structure of the table. These are the points. Along with these, what we can do by using alter command. See, here I am writing about constraints. So, by adding constraints, you can add constraints. Yes. Okay. And by deleting constraints, by adding constraints, and also we can delete the constraints. So how can I add constraint? See how to add constraint after table creation. In that table stood, I want to add primary key for the roll number, primary key, and also I want to add domain constraint for the roll number. Since roll numbers are ranging from 1 to 60, how should I do these 2 points? First example, adding primary key. Adding primary key on roll number. See, alter table. What is the table name? Stood. And use the keyword add constraint. Add constraint. Generally, to add a column, we will use add. Column name, data type, size. For adding columns. For adding constraints, add constraint. Specify constraint name, primary key, defining on roll number. Under the table, stood. Okay, what type of constraint you are adding? Primary key. And this primary key you are adding on which column? Roll number. Finish. Here you are adding a constraint. The user-friendly name for the constraint is PKRNO stood. And I am defining primary key on which column? Roll number. So then it will display a message, table altered. Now, next example, how to add check constraint on this table. Let us see adding domain constraint. Add check constraint or domain constraint on roll number. See, so roll number should be between 1 and 60. 1 to 60 values it has to accept. So how should I define a constraint for that? Alter table, table name stood, and here add. What you are adding? Constraint. Add constraint is a keyword. What type of constraint it is? Check. On which column? Roll number. Under which table? Stored. Yeah, here use check, and you are checking on which column? Roll number. Between 1 and 60. Finish. Then it will display table altered. Okay, here this is the way you can add constraint, and the next one is also adding check constraint. You can also add foreign key constraint. Let us assume, let me add a foreign key constraint on the table product details. On the table product details. Let me consider the tables here. Company details table, company details. Under this, company code is a primary key, and company name, it's a name of the company, and company country. Okay, so this is one table. Let me write about product details table. Product details table. Here product ID, this is primary key. Product name and product cost, manufacturing date, warranty. Along with these columns, I am maintaining company code in this. Okay, already company code column is included in product details table creation, but I want to define foreign key constraint on company code. So after table creation, how can I add foreign key constraint? Listen carefully. Adding foreign key constraint. Adding foreign key constraint. Yeah. Alter, same. Alter table. The table name, product details. And I am adding a constraint. Add constraint. Okay. And what is the constraint here? Foreign key. Adding on which column? Company code. So COMP, CODE. Under which table? Product table. Okay. What type of constraint you are adding? Foreign key keyword. Foreign key keyword. Okay. This foreign key I am applying on which column in the child table? Company code column. And into this company code column, generally foreign key column takes the values from primary key. Okay, use this keyword references. References. So from which table it is referring the values? Company details. Company details. And from the company details, from which column it is taking the values? Company code. Okay, you are adding foreign key constraint on company code column in product details table. This is product details table company code column. Okay, into this foreign key column, it has to take the values from company code of company details table. So references from company details, and from the company details table, it is taking the values from company code. And optionally, you can also use on delete cascade. On delete cascade. What is this on delete cascade? See, suppose from each company you are maintaining 20 products. Company 1, 20 products. Company 2, 20 products. You are not defining on delete cascade. You are not using the keyword on delete cascade. In such cases, after some time, I don't want to maintain any product from company 2. I don't want to maintain any product from company 2. In such cases, I can delete company 2 information from company table. We can delete company 2 record from company table, but the system doesn't allow you to delete like that. Because what is the reason? From company 2, you have some dependent records in product details table. From company 2, you have some dependent records in product details table. That's why it is not allowing you to delete the parent table record. If you want to delete like that, at the time of creating foreign key constraint, define on delete cascade also. So on delete cascade means if delete operation is on parent table, if delete operation is on parent table, then it affects dependent records from the child table. If you delete company 2 record from the parent table, yes, now you can delete. Why? Because on delete cascade was defined. In that case, if you delete company 2, then company 2 products will be deleted from product details table automatically. Company 2 products are deleted from product details table automatically. So this is the way we can add foreign key constraint. Okay. Now, how can I drop a constraint? It's very simple. Alter table name. Instead of add constraint, just use drop constraint. What is the keyword? Drop constraint. Drop constraint and specify this constraint name. Drop constraint and specify constraint name. Then simply the constraint will be deleted from the particular column. Okay, so that's all about theoretical part. Have a look onto practical session. Yeah, see here. Now we are seeing the practical session of how to use default keyword, and after table creation, how can I add constraints and how can I delete constraints. Okay, now see, let me check who is the user working with the system. Dinesh. And right now Dinesh is working with the database, and let me check what are the tables. Select start from tab. It is displaying the list of table names. Okay, now how can I create a table? Simple table without constraints. We know that. Say create table customers and customer number, let us say it's a number of 3, and customer name, it's varchar 2 of 20, comma, customer city. So this is also like varchar 2 of 20, but I am defining city column with default class. Default space single quotes, use Texas, comma, and gender is just char, and here close the bracket, enter. Table was created. Now let me insert at least 3 or 4 records. Insert into customers. See here, I want to insert roll number, customer name and gender. I don't want to insert any city value. Yeah, CNO, CNAME and gender. I'm not entering any value into city. Values, customer number 1, customer name Dinesh, and customer gender is male. Finish. So here a row was created. Then what is the value of city? City value is automatically considered as Texas. Let me check the data. Select start from customers. See here. What is the city value of Dinesh? Texas. So we did not submitted any value, any city value for first record. So let me consider the second record also. Here, the second record number 102. So let us say Madhu, and he is also gender, enter. Now let me execute getting data from table. See, for these two persons automatically city value is Texas. In case if you are inserting a value into city, let me insert a different value into city. Values, use 101 and Swati, comma, city value Chicago and female. So here you are submitting different city value. Default value Texas, but I am submitting city value also. If you submit city value also, then city column is populated with the new value. So now city column is populated with Chicago for this record. And let me insert a null value into this. So here let me change 110 and let us say Sujata, and here I am not entering any city value. So use null, then insert one row created. Let me commit it, delete the screen and select your data. Select star from customers. See here. For the last record, city value is null. Why? Because you have inserted null keyword, null value. And last but one is populated with Chicago, since you have submitted a different value. If you did not submit any value into default column, then the default value is populated into the column city. Remember this. This is very much useful while designing database applications. Now, let me discuss about how to define constraints on the table after table creation. How to define constraints on the table after table creation. Let us see. Let me check the tables from the database. Select start from tab. So from the schema we have these tables. Let me drop the tables, some of the tables. I want to drop student, stud, studinfo, all these things. Drop table student. And let me purge table student. What is purge here? So if you are deleting a table, generally the table will be placed under recycle bin. It will not be deleted permanently. Here, so purge operation is not allowed because the table is permanently deleting if you apply drop table command. Okay, then drop table stud and also drop table stud info and drop table emp1 and also drop table dept1. Finish. Now select your data from your schema. Select start from tab. Here these are the details. Comma and fee, it's a number of 5 and I'm considering the default fee. So default space single quotes use 14,000. Next, mobile, it's a number of 10. Table created with 2 default columns. Okay, into quotes column the default value is Oracle, into fee column the default value is 14,000. Now I want to define primary key constraint on roll number column. So how can I add? There is no value within the table. Generally, if the table is empty, you can add any constraint on any column and you can delete any constraint from any column. But if the table is not empty, if the table is populated with data, then we should ensure that the column data should be validated according to our adding constraint. The column data should be validated according to our constraint. Otherwise, suppose if the column data is not valid according to my primary key, some values are there, null values are there, duplicates are there, then primary key you are unable to add on that column. In such a case, we are unable to apply constraints. Remember. Now, let me add a constraint, primary key constraint on roll number, alter, table, table name, stood. Here, add constraint. What is the constraint you are adding? Primary key. On which column? Roll number. Under which table? Student. What is the default predefined constraint? Name. Primary key. On which column? Roll number. Table altered. And after this, I want to add check constraint on the same column. See, alter table, student. Add constraint. What you are adding here? Check constraint on roll number. Student. Here, remove this. Check roll number. Open the bracket. Roll number between 1 and 60. That's all. Then check constraint is also added on the column roll number. Yes, successfully added. Now, so adding check constraint, adding primary key. I want to add unique constraint on mobile number column. Add unique constraint. So alter table, student, add constraint UK underscore mobile underscore stood. What is the predefined constraint name for unique? The keyword unique. On which column? Mobile. Enter. I want to add not null constraint on student name or course. Okay, let us see. So alter table stood. Add constraint. So here you are adding not null constraint on which column? Student name under stood table. So not null you are defining on which column? Yes, name. Student name. So invalid identifier. So you cannot add not null constraint like this. Okay? Yeah. And now how to add a foreign key constraint on a column? How to add a foreign key constraint on a column? Yeah, before that, let me get what are the constraints from the table. Select constraint name. Now, I want to define foreign key constraint. So, to define a foreign key constraint, first let me create a parent table. Yeah, parent table is company details. Create table, company details. Here, company code, CMP code. It's a character of 5. So here I am defining a constraint, primary key, CMP code, and what is the table name? Company table. What is the constraint name? Primary key. And company name, CMP name. And here it's varchar 2 of 20. Just add a not null constraint. Not null on CMP name. Under the table, company. What is the constraint? Not null. That's all. I'm not going to define. Okay, company, country. Or otherwise, country. It's varchar 2 of 20. That's all. I'm not defining any constraint on country. Okay. Now let me create a child table. create table product details. Here product ID PID. So it's a character of 5, and it is a primary key. Simply I am specifying primary key and comma and enter. Product name, it's varchar 2 of 10, and product cost, it's a number of 5, and finally warranty, it's a varchar 2 of 10, comma company code, CMP code. So this is whenever you are creating child table, if you want to make a column as a foreign key column, or if you want to define a foreign key constraint on any column, you should ensure that whatever primary key from the parent table, whatever the data type and size is there on primary key column, same data type and size you need to maintain under this child table and also for foreign key column. So CMP code character of 5. Okay, so let me define a foreign key constraint. Unfortunately I have used comma. Just a moment, let me retype all these things. Yeah. Okay, there is no comma. Close it. Now I want to add a foreign key constraint. So alter table, the table name product details. So in product details table on the column company code, I want to add foreign key constraint. Okay, add constraint FK underscore. I am adding foreign key column on company code under the table product. Okay, foreign key. Okay, foreign key you are applying on CMP, and it has to refer the values from primary key column of company details. So company details, from that company code, CMP code, yeah, CMP code, and also you can define, yeah. So invalid alter table option. So maybe there is a spelling mistake. Let me check. Yeah, see here how to add a foreign key constraint. Here there is a spelling mistake in the previous one. So that's why it is saying invalid alter table option. Alter table product details, and you are adding constraint. What type of constraint you are adding? Foreign key constraint. For that foreign key constraint you are maintaining user friendly name and foreign key. Okay, and on which column you are applying foreign key constraint? CMP code column. And into this column, from which table the foreign key column accept the data? Parent table primary key. So references, what is the parent table name? Company details. And what is the primary key column in company details? CMP code. Right. So now you can check the constraints information from product details. See here, select constraint type or constraint name, comma, constraint type from user underscore constraints, where table name is equal to, what is the table name? Product details. Hit enter. So one constraint primary key directly I had defined at the time of creating the product details table, and one constraint foreign key constraint. Foreign key constraint type character is always R, primary key P, C for check constraint or not null constraint, and U for unique constraint. Okay, This user-friendly constraint, foreign key constraint, just now we have added in this screen. You are seeing how to add foreign key constraint after table creation. Then, how can I drop a constraint? Let me drop foreign key constraint first. Alter, table, table name, product details. Drop constraint is the keyword. What is the constraint name? FK underscore CMP code underscore prod. Okay, this is the constraint name. Alter table with drop constraint keyword. Table altered. Now check your constraints from the table. Only one constraint it is displaying, means foreign key constraint was deleted. Now, can I delete the constraint by using this predefined name? Yes, you can alter. Alter table product details drop constraint. The constraint name sys underscore c 004199. Yes, you can also. It was deleted. Now check the constraints information from the table. So select constraint name, constraint type from user underscore constraints, where table name is equal to product details. No rows are there. Means you have successfully deleted the constraints and successfully added the constraints. So let me stop this one. In this video, you have learned about how to use default class in creation of table, and also how to add a constraint after table creation and how to delete a constraint after table creation. That's all. Thank you very much. Yeah. Hi, this is Dinesh Kumar and you are watching Oracle videos. In this video, we are discussing about set operators. Okay, what is the use of a set operator? See, in Oracle, we can fetch data from multiple tables. How can I fetch data from multiple tables? So fetch data from multiple tables. So how can I fetch data from multiple tables means using two methods. One is by using set operators and also by using joins. So joins we will discuss about it later. What is the use of set operators? Set operators, by using set operators, you can fetch same data type of data from multiple tables. Remember that. Whereas by using joins, you can fetch same or different data types of data from multiple tables. So any action is logical. Don't expect it is a physical join. Remember that. Any action here is logical. Just according to your requirement, you are fetching data from more than one table and you are displaying data, right? See, what is meant by set operator? In which business scenario we will use a set operator? There is a specific business scenario. So let me write that scenario on the board. Have a look here. Let us take a business. If you have a business, let us assume some business is there. The business is having some branches. Let us say branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. From each branch, we have customers information. Here also one table, customers information. Here also another table, customers information. And similarly, transactions history, transactions info. Here also same thing, transactions info, here also same thing. Similarly, product info or product details, anything. In every branch you are maintaining product information. Similarly, each branch is having customers. Let us consider any one object from each branch. Let me take customers information from each branch. Okay, what are the expected columns in customer details? Customer ID, customer name, customer gender, mobile number, city of customer. Listen carefully. I am considering customer details table from branch 1. In the customer details table, they are maintaining the columns customer ID, customer name, gender, mobile number, city. Okay. In each customer, in each table, they will maintain same number of columns. Remember that. In each table, in each branch customer details table, they will maintain same kind of information. Simple example, let us say if you consider a bank, ICICI Bank, they are having customers information. So the ICICI Bank in one branch maintaining customers information. ICICI Bank second branch, they are also maintaining customers information. So in both the branches, we have a database server. Under database server, there are customers information tables are there. In branch 1, whatever the columns in the customer details table, in branch 2 also same type of columns, same number of columns they will maintain for the customers. Why? Because these two tables are related with the same business. That's why these three branches related with one business. So this business people will maintain customers information same way in all branches. Same way in all branches. Remember that. Now see here, what is my requirement? Okay. This is available from one database server. There is a database server for branch 1. This is for branch 1. Another database server for branch 2, DB2 or branch 2, BR2 server. Here branch 3 database server, remember that. Okay, 3 databases are there. At sometimes the business people wants to send some information to the customers. So the business is offering some discounts or some special offers are there for the customers. They want to send that information to all customers, to all registered customers. How they will send it? By mail, by mobile message, on online marketing or a digital marketing process. In any way they will send the offers to the customers. Before sending the offers, they need to collect the customer mobiles, mail ID, gender. According to gender, they are having different types of offers, right? So how they will collect customers information from all branches? That is done by using set operators. Listen carefully. Again, I am repeating, you have different database servers are there. Under each database server, customer details table is there. Okay, so this is branch 1 customers information here. Branch 2 customers data is here. Branch 3 customers data is here. So I want to collect all my customers information. Means the business people wants to collect all customers information. So you need to collect data from branch 1 server, branch 2 server, and also from branch 3. So, and okay, I will write a select statement here. Select star from so and so. Then it will generate one output. Select star from so and so. In this table, it will generate some other output. Select star from customer details from branch 3. Then it will generate one more output. But I don't want to see these individual outputs. I want to see all 3 outputs as a combined single output. How should I display it? That is done by using set operators. So right now we are discussing about set operators. Set operators are used to display same data type of data from multiple tables. And joins are used to display different data types of data from multiple tables. We can also use another term. This is, by using set operators, you are getting some output that is called as combined output. Combined output. So how the output will be combined? Yes, output will be displayed by using select statement, right? You are writing 3 select statements on 3 branch databases, right? Those 3 outputs will be combined together and display it as a single output to you. Remember, this is done by using set operators. Now see, what are the set operator names we have? 4 set operators are there. First one, union all. One moment. Yeah, union all. Second, union. Third, intersect. And fourth is minus. These are the 4 set operators available under Oracle. In SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server or Teradata, minus is known as except. At the place of minus, the operator is called as except. Remember that. Now, let me show you what is the use of union all. Union all will display combined output from multiple selects. Combined output from multiple selects with duplicates. If there are, suppose, one customer name or one customer information is repeating in second branch also, then the customer information displayed twice. Union operator should not remove any duplicates. Okay, and it will not restrict how many number of times a record is displaying. It will not bother about anything. Just whatever the data is there selected by a select, that should be presented to you. That is union all. Whereas union operator will display only unique records based on selections. It will check, is there any record is duplicating in the next one? Then it should not display any record twice or more than once. That is known as a union operator. Again, I am repeating, this is just combined data along with duplicates. Here, combined data but no duplicates. A record will be displayed only once. Intersect, only common data. Common data means if an information is repeating, then only repeating data will be displayed. Minus, a little bit tricky minus is, listen carefully. See, let us consider I have 2 sets A, B, C, D, and S2 is equal to X, Y, Z, B, D. See here. Here, if I am applying union all operator, so for the first operator, what is the resultant output you are getting? Output is equal to union all, display combined data along with duplicates. See here, A, B, C, D, and also all values from second set, B and also D. Next, suppose if I apply union operator, what is the exact output? Say here, union operator display the values from one set. Before displaying the values from second set, it will verify the value is repeated or not. If the value already displayed, then it will not repeat the value. So X, Y, Z, it will not display B and D again. Why? Because union is restricting duplicates. And next one, so what is intersect? If I apply intersect operator for looking for common values, then you will get only B and D. Why? Because only B and D are repeating here. And finally, if you apply minus operator display output from the first selection. Okay, minus operator display output from first selection. Okay, it has to display A, B, C, D. Okay, before displaying these 4 values, it will verify each value, is it repeating in the second select or not. If a value repeating in second select, eliminate it from output. Again I am repeating, minus operator will display values from first select. Okay, here A, is it repeating in second? No, then display it. B, it is repeating, don't display B. C, it is not repeating, then display it. D, it is repeating, don't display it. So finally it will display A and C. So B and D are repeated values, don't display them, right? That is done by minus operator. Now let me write a sample queries, just 2 or 3 sample queries. Okay, yeah, let me erase this. It's very simple, but at the time of ETL operations, set operators will play a crucial role. Why? Because see, in your project development process, we have a scenario. Branch level database servers are there. The branch level database servers, the data should be loaded into data warehouse tables. Okay, the data from branch level database servers should be loaded into data warehouse tables. In such case, they have to integrate all database server databases and load it into data warehouse. In such cases, we have to use set operators. See, let me write a simple example. First example, get all customer names from all branches. Get customer names from all branches. Get customer names from all branches. So how can I get customer names from all branches? Example is select CNAME from customers from branch 1, and you are not restricting about any duplicates. So select CNAME from customer details of branch 2, and again union all. Again select CNAME from customers branch 3. So from 3 branches you are selecting customer names. So all see, finally in your output you will get the title CNAME. Under this title you have all customers from all branches. Maybe a customer name is also displayed more than one time also. If there are repeated customers with the same name, the names are duplicated also here. Right. Next one. Get common customers from last 2 branches. Get common customers last 2 branches. So I need common customers from branch 2 and branch 3. How should I? Simple, select star from, what is the table name? Customers branch 2, and you are requesting about common customers. So common values is taking by intersect operator. So intersect, select star from customers branch 3. Finish. It will get common customers from branch 2 and 3. Now I need unique customers from branch 1. Unique customers from branch 1. From customers from branch 1. Remember, from branch 1. Unique customers from branch 1 means the customer should not be repeated in second branch, should not repeated in third branch. Then how should I get it? Say here. So unique branch, unique customers. So say here minus operator. Only getting unique values from first set. If any value repeating in the rest of the sets, the value will be eliminated. Similarly, get customer details. Select star from customers branch 1 minus. Why? Because if there is any customer from branch 1 repeating in the rest of the selections, he should be eliminated from output. So open the parenthesis, write down like this. Select star from customers branch 2 and union all. Select star from customers branch 3. Finish. So first it will select the output from branch 1. Okay, you are getting some output, some values. Minus, here you are getting from these two statements, you are getting some output. The values are here. So if any of these values repeating in these values, that repeating value is eliminated from output. Only unique values are selected from this output. This output you are taking from branch 1. Okay. So before going to discuss practical session, let me introduce you pseudo columns also. So why? Because in ETL operations, everyone has to use pseudo column row num. What are the pseudo columns in Oracle? Generally, the pseudo columns are 2. So table pseudo columns. We need to say it is a table pseudo columns. 2 types are there. This is row num and next one is row ID. What is a pseudo column? Pseudo column is nothing but virtual column. See, you are maintaining records. You are not maintaining any serial number for the records. Just you are inserting the records without any serial number. But Oracle Engine internally maintains a row number pseudo column. Whenever you are selecting data from the table, you are getting some output. In this output, to identify any record uniquely, Oracle Engine uses row num. It will maintain serial number for each record. To maintain serial number for each record. This is virtual. If you explicitly select values from row number, until that point it will not display any data to you, any serial number. But internally it will maintain a serial number. Next, what is row ID? Row ID contains physical address of each record. Physical address of each record. Remember, by using row ID only, the Oracle Engine is fetching data from tables or fetching data from database. Remember, what is row ID? Row ID is also one of the pseudo column, but it is a combination of 3 components. One is file number, data block number, and record number. File number, data block number, record number. What is a file? File is also called as table. Remember that. Every table in your Oracle database, each table should be identified with a unique number. Let us assume my table is customer details. For this also there is a unique number. Let us say 1234 is the unique number. 1234 is the unique number. Okay. In this customer details table, let us assume 1 lakh records are there. Totally how many number of records? 1 lakh records. A group of records saved under data blocks. Let us assume in this 1 lakh records, 30,000 records saved under data block 1, DB1. Okay, let me write it properly. 30,000 records are saved under data block 1 and remaining 40,000 records saved under another data block DB2 and remaining 30,000 number of records saved under DB3. This data block, what is a data block? Data block is a memory space assigned to store the records. See here. Then how the data block numbered will be maintained? See, this data block number is 0. This data block number is 1. This data block number is 2. If it is spanned across multiple data blocks, the data block number is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Let us see, under each data block again, set of records are there. You are saying how many number of records? 30,000. So, 0, 1, 2, so on, 29,999. What is the last number? 29,999. Means totally how many number of records? 30,000 records. Now tell me the combination with these values. File number, data block number, record number. So what is the first record address? 1234.0.0. What is the next record? 1234.0.1. Again 1234.0.2 up to 29,999. So here the addresses from first data block, second data block, see 1234.1 dot. So again first record 0. Now 1234.1.1. So like this 39,999. So these records, let us see. These records are from data block, first data block. We need to say first data block. And from here rest of the records are from second data block. Remember. So Oracle Engine is maintaining the physical addresses like this. Whenever you are pulling data from customer details, first Oracle Engine verify the table is existed or not. If the table is existed, immediately take the number of the table. With that number, it will go and check what are the data blocks associated with this number. See, this and the next data block are associated with 1, 2, 3, 4. So from those data blocks, the data will be fetched and displayed to the client. This is the internal concept. And again I'm repeating, pseudo columns, row number, row ID. Row number used to maintain serial number logically for each record. Row ID to identify any record. To retrieve any record, Oracle Engine uses row ID value. What is row ID? It is known as a physical address of each record. Remember these points and have a look into practical session. Yeah, hi. Let me discuss about set operator examples. Now see, here let me connect to database with the user credentials Dinesh and welcome. So it was connected and let me open that. Yeah, wait a moment. Yeah. Let me clear the screen and I want to find out what are the tables from the schema. Select start from the schema name, tab. So customer details, customers, so and so, so and so. Let me create 3 tables. Create table customers branch 1. Okay. And here customer ID space. It's a character of 5, comma, customer name. This is character of varchar2 of 10, and customer city. So let us say it's also varchar2 of 10, and customer gender. This is also just character and customer. So many things are there. Let us say mobile. This is number of 10. Okay. So we have created a table, something like this. And let me create another tables also. Same type of structure, just I am changing the table name, customer branch 2. Okay. Customer ID, customer name, customer city, gender and mobile number. Enough. So this is table 2. I want to create another table here, customer branch 3, and now enter customer ID, customer name, city, gender, mobile, and so on. So 3 tables you have created. Let me insert the values into this. Insert into customers branch 1. Okay, values. Here customer ID C1, customer name A, customer city HYD, and customer gender male, and customer mobile number 1212. Enough. 1 record inserted. Let me insert the same record into branch 3 also. Let me insert the same record into branch 3. He is the customer for branch 1 and 3. Okay. Let me insert one more record into branch 1. It's a new record, customer C2. Okay. Here X, he is also from HYD, male 1213. Okay. Insert. Okay. One more record into branch 1. Here customer C3. So B also from HYD, and here remove female, mobile number 2213. Hit enter. So up to here commit. You have inserted 3 records into branch 1 and 1 record into branch 3. Let me insert one more record. So let me insert some record into branch 2. Okay. Here under branch 2 first customer. Here Y, and from the city Chennai, female and mobile number 1213. Inserted. And here one more record into branch 2, values C2, Sam S, same Chennai, here male, no mobile number, created. Now you have inserted 2 records into the table, branch 2, and now I want to insert one more record into branch 3. It's a different record. Yes, values customer C2. Okay, at the place of yes, just I am using Y, and here from HYD male, and there is 1919. So 1 row created. Let me insert one more record into branch 3, customer C3. Here ABC, looking from same city, and female, mobile number 2020. Right. commit it. Now clear CL spaces here. Select your data from first branch, customer branch 1. These are the customers. And select your data from customers branch 2. This is the data. And select your data from customers branch 3. In the meantime, here there is no serial number you are maintaining for any table. Yeah, now I want to display along with the row number, row num, it's a pseudo column, comma, CNAME, comma, city, comma, row ID from customers branch 3. See here. So row number is maintaining serial number for each record in the table. And here row ID maintains physical address of each record. Here A and D, it is the table number from small x onwards up to last fourth character. From last fourth character K up to here, it is a data block number. And last 3 characters are for record numbers. That's why AAA, AAB, AAC. Okay? Yeah. Now see here. Why should I specify like this? Means I want to get first record, first customer from all branches. I need only first customer from branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. How should I select it? Yeah, see here. Select star from customers branch 1 where row num less than or equal to 1, union all. Select star from customers branch 2 where row num less than or equal to 1, and again union all. Select star from customers branch 3 where row num less than or equal to 1 again. You are selecting first record from each branch. See here. First record is the same for branch 1 and branch 3. Why? Because at the beginning of insert, we are using same record for branch 1 and also same record inserted into branch 3. Got it? So conditionally you can select the data, and the combined data, whatever the output you got here, that is the combined data. That combined data should be loaded into target tables. For that reason, they are maintaining set operators. Again, now I want to see all my customer names and cities. Select CNAME, comma, city from customers branch 1 and union all. Select CNAME, comma, city from customers branch 2. Okay, and also union all. Select CNAME, comma, city from customers branch 3. So here it is selecting all customers from all branches. Here A is displayed twice, Y is displayed twice, but I don't want to see the duplicates. See, from the above query, let me change it as union operator. Don't use union all. Okay. From branch 2, select the data and remove this union all with the union operator, and again select the data from branch 3. Finish. So in the above it is displaying 8 records, and here it is displaying only 7 records. Why it is displaying Y information 2 times? Because Y Chennai, Y HYD. So this combination is not duplicated. So it will always verify the duplicacy according to your select. Remember that. You can apply where clause, order by clause, group by clause, having clause, any types of clauses here also according to your requirement. I want to see only common customers from first branch and last branch. So select star from customers branch 1, intersect, and also select star from customers branch 3. So then see here, only one customer is the common customer from branch 1 and branch 3. Okay. Yeah. And what is the use of minus operator? I want to know unique customers only from branch 1. He should be unique customer from branch 1. How should I? See, select star from customers branch 1. Here we should use minus operator. And now let me type, open the parenthesis in the next line, let me type select star from customers branch 2 union all, select star from customers branch 3. Okay, close the parenthesis, semicolon, hit enter. Two customers are there, X and B. These people are not repeating in branch 2 and these people are not repeating under branch 3. Okay, so this is about set operators, but here we have to remember some rules and regulations. What it is? See, can I select different number of columns from each table? No, we should select same number of columns in the entire query block. This is called as a query block. This query block is having 3 select queries. Under each select query, you should maintain same number of columns. Suppose if you are selecting 2 columns from first table, you should select 2 columns from second and third tables also. And suppose if you are selecting 2 character type columns from first table, then you should select 2 character type columns from second and third branches. Otherwise it is invalid. Okay, let me show you how it is. So if you try to select a different number of columns from each select, then it will display error message. So here union, let me write only selecting customer name from customers branch 2. Say here, query block has incorrect number of result columns, because here in this query block, first select you are selecting 2 columns. In the second select you are selecting only 1 column. It is wrong. It is one of the limitation of set operator. If you want to use set operators, you must select the same number of columns from each table, or you must write same number of columns under each select query. It's very, very, very important. And one more point is, can I select different data types of columns? See, I am selecting only 1 column from branch 1. Union, not only union, you can apply anything. And I am selecting mobile from customers branch 2. It's meaningless. Actually, if you think a general business scenario, this is meaningless. What is the necessity to collect names of one branch and collecting mobile numbers of another branch? It's meaningless. And what is the necessity to try to display as a combined data? It's not useful to you. It is a meaningless output you are expecting. So here it will display expression must have same data type as corresponding expression. Why? Because here first select you are selecting character data, in the second select you are selecting numeric data. It's wrong. And one more example, and this is the last example, listen carefully. Here I am selecting customer name, comma, mobile from customers branch 1. Okay, yeah, okay, let me intersect. Any operator you can use. If it is union operator, you should remember the rules. First I am selecting mobile number, comma, second I am selecting customer name from customers branch 2. Here also it will raise error message. The problem is I am selecting 2 columns from branch 1, selecting 2 columns from branch 2. Okay, that's fine. But the problem is the first column in the first query is character data and second column is number data. But in the second selection, this is number, this is character. Here character number, in the next one number character. It's not right. The data types of columns should be similar with the respective column in the next query. See here, expression must have same data type as corresponding expression. Remember that. That's why whenever you are applying set operators, you should be very careful about it. Right? So that's all about set operators. But here, let me try to select one more thing. But it is meaningless. Listen carefully. Select ename from EMP. Okay. Union. Select dname from DEPT. Try to understand the query. I want to display employee names and I want to display respective department names. If you try to apply any set operator, it will display combined data. Here I am selecting one column from EMP, one column from DEPT, and I am selecting same data type of data, character data type or varchar. In the dname also character or varchar. It will display output, but it is meaningless. Why? Because ename is the title, but in the below values, some values are employee names and some values are department names. It's meaningless. Okay. If you want the data like that, so ename, comma, dname from EMP, comma, DEPT. You are selecting data from multiple tables based on join condition. emp.deptnvo deptnvo is equal to dept.deptnvo. This is the meaningful data. The above output is invalid, but next output is valid. So according to limitations of set operators, according to whatever the business scenario am I explained on the board, accordingly you can use set operators. And parallelly you need to remember the limitations of set operators. If you want to get the last output type of output, we should apply join conditions. Here emp.deptnvo is equal to dept.deptnvo. It is a join condition. So see, you can listen carefully and observe the output clearly. This is called as combined output. It's meaningless. This is known as combination of output. It's very, very meaningful to you. Okay, employee name respect to department name. So in the next video, we will discuss about joins. Thank you very much. This is the end of the set operators. See you in the next video. Thank you.